What's up? So I think one of the first things you should know about the Line 6 M5 is how to tune your guitar with it. So the first thing you want to do is you want to hold down tap like that, and that's actually how you engage your tuner. As you can see, it works just like so. And the next thing I think you need to know with the Line 6 is actually how to save and move through presets. So to do that, what you're going to do is you're actually going to hit your two buttons right here at the same time, and that's going to load up your preset option. So as you can see here, you can now scroll through all these different presets, or you can actually just use this scroll button right here. So you can scroll through here. There's about 25 in each of these presets. Like, you can rewrite your own onto it if you wanted to. And in fact, that's what I'd recommend you do, because in my personal opinion, the presets that come with are they're not so great. The M5 itself is amazing, but I find the presets that it come with are just not that great for whatever reason. Additionally, I find that it's very easy to set up with a MIDI controller. So for instance, we have my MIDI Captain STD, which you can see right here. And a lot of the CC controls on the M5, I don't believe they can be customized. I could be wrong about that, but I believe they are kind of just set up the way they are. So for instance, it'll be like, PC1, PC2, PC3, so on and so forth. So right now I have it set up so that it controls my presets just like so. So as you can see, it's switching through the presets on the Line 6 M5. And I've actually even programmed my MIDI controller so that if I turn the other page, I can even go through even more presets. So if I switch to the next page like that, and I can switch through even more presets. So it's pretty neat what you can do with it in terms of like programming it. And of course you can use MIDI to also like control the tap tempo, and you can do other stuff like that too. But yeah, ultimately it's very simple you just like plug it in with the MIDI cable, like as you can see here. And it's very, very straightforward to get it to start working. Something I didn't know about it either is that all of the effects in this thing, they're actually built, or excuse me, modeled after like very common Stomp boxes. So for instance, when you can see in this image right here, like your tube echo, I have the tube echo on right now, and that's based on the Maestro EP1. And in the manual here, it says it's the holy grail of delay. I've actually never even heard of that delay pedal before. In fact, I don't even think I've heard of Maestro before. That must be an old company that I'm unaware of. I've never seen any of their pedals around. Now that I think about it, that might actually be like one of the original pedal companies. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Somebody, I'm sure, will let me know in the comments section. But yeah, there's also like, analog with modulation, which is based off of Electro Harmonix Deluxe Memory Man. And yeah, there's tons of stuff that's like modeled after very popular like amps and modelers and so on and so forth. Excuse me, mostly pedals, not amps. But so it's worth your time to like go through the manual and like actually have a look and see what is in there and like what it's modeled after. Another thing you should know about it is that depending on how you use the modeler, like you want to set it up in your signal chain as if it was that effect. So in other words, like I'm pretty much always using it with my tube screamer and my compression, because I don't have a distortion pedal right now. So I'm using the distortion that comes with this. And so for that reason, I put the distortion, I put the Line 6 M5 after my tube screamer, because I'm using it as a distortion pedal, right? So I'm not going to put it at the very end of the chain. It wouldn't make any sense. But if you intend on using it for all the effects, you're probably going to want to use it at the end of your chain if you are going to use all those effects. But if you're going to use the distortion and stuff like that, you put it near the front. If you're going to use a filter, you'd put it, ideally as close to your guitar as possible. Another thing that it actually took me a second to figure it out. I mostly just had to go in the manual, but I had to find that online. But if you want to set up your tap tempo, it's not as simple as just like pressing the tap tempo button. What you actually have to do, so what you do is you actually turn this knob, this center knob right here. And it's the same for every one, by the way. Like, you want to turn it all the way so it goes to a note value, just like so. And then that will actually engage the tap tempo function on it. So then you can go say 1, 2, and then now it will actually like work that way. So for instance, now if I go like this, feedback up on that. It's kind of quiet. You know, another thing that I really like about the M5 is that I just find it like it tends to work very well with effects in general and like other pedals. Like it plays nicely with other pedals. Like in fact, like I'm running a Dynacomp and a Tube Screamer, and I'm running it with this Tube Echo setting at the same time. And to me, I think it sounds fantastic. By the way, if you're looking for something to practice, get my fretboard memorization cheat sheet from travelingguitarist.com/fretboard cheat sheet. What it is it's all the triads, the major and minor triads in every single key. Through the octave mapping technique and through a couple other techniques, you can actually just learn to memorize not only the notes of the fretboard, but you can also learn how to improvise in a bunch of different keys by understanding the the foundation of harmony, which is the triads, right? The foundation of chords. You can also sign up to my forum at forum.travelingguitarist.com. There you can chat with people about guitar and music and whatever else you'd like. Additionally, the factory reset, when I looked in the manual in terms of how to set up the factory reset, because I had some things messed up on it, the manual is actually incorrect, or at least from how I was looking at it. And I read through it a few times, or at least the part that I was looking at, and it was wrong. The way you set up the factory reset is you hold tap and then you press your model select. So you go like that. And then what you want to do is you want to press your button again like this. You want to scroll all the way over to like that until it says rest face. And then you want to hit your on off button right here and then the model select. And then it says yes, hold on and off in model select. So you hold on and off and then hit model select. And then it will factory reset and it'll put it the way that it was when you first got the pedal. Moreover, I think you should know that this also switches between DSP bypass and true bypass. I'll be honest with you, I don't really know what DSP bypass is. It's not something I mess around with. Maybe it's the acronym that's messing me up. But if you want to set up your true bypass setting, you just hold tap and hit your mode select. And then by scrolling over with this button right here, you can go like that and that will set it up on true bypass. So I'm sure you can probably see that it says true bypass right now, but then then you just hit your tap button and then you're out of it. So now you're back into true bypass. So I also think you should know about the noise gate on this too. So if you hit your tap, you hold your tap button again and then press your model select. So hold it for just a second and then hit the button. There you go. So now you'll be in the next, you'll be in the settings page, and from there you can actually turn your gate on like here. So here's the threshold. And then here's the decay as well. Now personally, I've got enough gates. I've got like 2 gates in my chain already, so I don't really need the gate to be on. So I'm gonna turn it off like so. But it is worth noting that you can set up the gate with this thing. If you want to save your preset too, what you want to do is I have mine set up right here right now. So I'm going to hold the model select button like so. And I don't like that slap back delay. So we're actually going to get rid of that. If you actually want to move around to adjust the letters, you turn this knob right here. And then if you press on it If you press on it like that with this button once you're done, that's actually how you delete the letters. So here, let me press that again. Sometimes you have to press it again. Maybe there's a quicker way to do it that someone can mention in the comments, but this is how I do it. Here, let's go back to a D. We'll just put like delay. It's also worth mentioning that like it's not like an endless encoder. So like it doesn't like start over. So you actually have to go back to the beginning of the numbers and letters. Like it doesn't keep moving is what I'm trying to say. If you understand what I'm getting at. I will say that the way that you type in the letters, it is quite cumbersome. It certainly does take a minute. But once you get used to it, you know, you'll have a better time. So let's hit model select to save it. There. So now we have that set up. And then you can switch through your effects with your MIDI controller. That's the particle reverb, obviously, and you know, it sounds great.